Previously on Plodding Parsons.
Her eyes glow and the room shudders as she says, "The trees will cry tears of blood."
We're trying to save my sick sister.
Are you talking about Veronica? What we need to get to save her is called Devil's Bane.
Where is Devil's Bane found?
It's not found in many places. In fact, it's only found in exactly one place, deep within the trees of the Accursed.
I'll give you something for free. Just what do you need?
I've been looking for Devil's Bane.
I don't have Devil's Bane, but I have this. This is essence of Devil's Bane. She writes some runes into the ground with a stick. Then she pours the Devil's Bane over top of the frog, and the frog's eyes glow. As you get closer to Devil's Bane, the eyes will glow more vividly.
I'm gonna try and tickle the frog.
Have fun. Don't die.
We don't have any sleeping bags. We're sleeping under the leaves.
Ted's like, oh, we're doing this thing, and he sleeps on top of Steve, and Cookie gets crushed and dies.
What?
Just kidding.
Bagstone without any silly hiccups or anything, other than claiming that you were Veronica's brother.
I forgot about that.
Found a sick dwarf, found what you need to find to cure the sick dwarf, and went on your way to the trees of the Accursed, the forest that contains the herb you're looking for. On the way, you got distracted by some shiny silverware on the side of the road and got attacked by some trees, with one of which knocked Theeva unconscious. But you survived the battle, and that's where you guys are now. I'm going to say after that battle, you guys huddled in your little cove and took a long rest and healed yourselves.
Well, no, that's not what happened.
That's not what happened?
Don't you remember? We slept on top of each other, covered by leaves.
Thank goodness you remember that, Nick.
Wait, who
Pivotal plot point.
was on the bottom?
I was on the bottom.
All right, you got a short rest. Everyone else got a long rest.
That's okay. I don't need my spells or my health.
Just kidding. You were so comforted. It was like a giant gravity blanket. You were 100% rested within 30 seconds.
Thunder. You got thunder.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So everyone, make sure you have all your hit points and your spells and everything.
Yeah, I do.
Oh yeah, I'm still at 0. 13. Hooray!
Hooray. Okay. So you guys walk along the rest of the way, and without much incident, you get to the entrance to this forest.
Oh.
I'll show you what it
We
looks
weren't in
like.
the forest yet?
No, you're on the path to the forest.
Oh, right.
I have these trees,
I think so.
and basically, like there are these trees that line the way like this, but these two trees are notable because they have these kind of eerie faces on them. They're these giant eyes and frowning mouths. They kind of look like they're crying or yelling.
Okay, sorry. Continue.
This is kind of the entrance. You see a person, a gnome, out like on the right side of the first tree.
And he's holding his arms out.
He is not. He's actually.
Is he pretending?
He's actually a she, and she's bending down, inspecting plants. You see her every once in a while pluck something off the ground and put it into her satchel that she has. Otherwise, there's no one else around. And as far as you can tell, once you go in past these two trees, it's a little dark, so you can't see much past it at the moment.
I run up to the person who's leaning down and run around them several times, as fast as I can.
Okay. She looks up at you, doesn't respond until you've stopped running or got really tired.
I stop.
Okay. She says, hello?
I love that they all have the same voice.
Yeah, we do.
They all sound the same.
Ah!
Why are you doing that to me?
I run back and hide behind the pig.
Okay, sure.
He gets up and walks over to you, and she says,
Oh my goodness.
What's,
Hello.
you want something?
I'm
I
gonna.
hide behind the
That's all.
Dragonborn. I hide
Oh.
behind Isaiah.
No.
Yes, actually, we are here to go into the forest there. We're trying to find some devil's bane.
Why would you go into that forest? It's really dangerous.
We were sent there to get the devil's bane.
Yeah, that's like all the way in. That's really far in.
I was told it's in the middle.
It's like I've never been in, so I can't really tell you where it is, but good luck, I guess. Are you sure this is the right forest? Did you get directions?
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. They said right. Turn right. So we did.
So you want to go all the way into the trees of the Accursed? That's the forest you
Yes, the trees of the Accursed.
picked Devil's Bane?
Yeah.
She starts laughing.
What?
She says, all right, well, it was nice meeting you. I'm sure I'll never see you guys again.
Wait.
She
I'm
starts
sorry.
to walk away.
Excuse me.
She comes back.
What do you know about this forest?
Well, all I know is that no one goes in there because no one comes out.
That's
Bye.
not.
How can anyone come out if no one goes in?
Wow, you really got me there. Now it sounds like a riddle. Well, the answer to the riddle is I'm gonna go. Bye. She left.
Nick, you upsetted her.
She was honestly a little weirded out by you guys and didn't want to be anywhere near you when you certainly perished.
That's not great news, y'all.
Nick, you're really upsetting. Okay.
I'm going to run up to the forest and see if I can see anything.
All right, you run up to the forest and you see just like a line of trees. It looks kind of like a little hallway almost, and it extends pretty far. You can't see to the end.
Okay.
So there's a path made by the separation of the trees.
Yeah, and
Into-
on either side, it's pretty heavily wooded. It doesn't look like you can
Go through it.
really go through it very easily.
Question: Are all these trees? Do all these trees look like the first two trees, the crying trees?
No, so only the front two trees have faces on them. The rest of them are regular trees. It looks like.
Can I ask another question? I don't remember, or maybe I can ask you guys this. Where did she tell us about the trees crying blood business, or was that on what's his face's card? Where do we on a
Yeah.
card? We've seen this before. We've heard of the trees crying blood.
Yeah. I think that was the fortune teller.
It was a fortune teller.
Yeah.
That's not good. Who?
They're crying blood. I'm going to try and set fire to the one on the right.
Oh, jeez. That's a terrible idea. Can I stop him? I'm going to try to stop him.
How do you try and stop him?
I am going to...
And how are you setting the tree on fire?
With my fire starter
Duh.
that I made last time.
How persuasive am I? I am going to...
I reach out slowly.
I'm going to try to persuade him. I'll be like, hey, let's not go burning, down the entire forest. We have to get the devil's bane out of here.
All right, you're gonna have to do a persuasion against a contest against
Cookie.
Cookie. Yeah, Cookie. You do a.
Charisma.
I guess it's a charisma. Yeah, just do a charisma.
Oh, nice. I'm very charismatic. I got a 9.
Haha.
You got a 9.
Yeah.
Well, you were persuaded not to. Her words really affected you, and you put your fire starter away. I guess.
Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking.
That's right. So, can we take a second to reflect here? Which fortune was she telling when she was talking about the trees crying blood? Was it Ted's or was it Steve's? It was Ted's?
Oh, wait. No, I don't think it was Ted's, because Ted's was when she,
Guys, you probably could have written this stuff down.
Steve, do you remember your fortune?
Not really.
Okay, one is about...
So I can just refresh you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
Steve's fortune contained what sounded like prophecy. Ted's fortune, you couldn't understand. It was in a language that you didn't understand.
Oh, that's right. So Steve was the one that was like, the dead are rising, and The trees
Yeah.
cry blood.
Yeah, I know that. I know that.
Yeah.
Felt
And it wasn't good.
something.
It was bad. It was all bad.
I mean, that sounds pretty good to me. We should talk to the trees, try and figure out what's up. Aren't you a druid? Can't you talk to the trees?
Are you talking to the trees?
No, aren't you the druid? Can't you talk to nature?
Yeah, I can.
You have an
I can
function.
talk to animals, but not. I can speak with animals. I don't think I can speak with trees. Oops, I keep doing that.
She doesn't have the speak to plants spell, only animals.
Oh, what were you thinking?
Well, had I known that I was gonna have to face some trees, you know.
I'm gonna try to talk to the trees because maybe they understand our language. I say, yo ho.
The tree does not respond.
I smack it. Try to get it.
You just
Attack
you
it? Hard.
smack it, or you attack it.
You
No, smack it.
Smack it! Don't smack the tree.
All right, I guess do a strength check.
I'm just trying to get his attention. I got an 11.
You slap it like a regular smack, like you were trying to tap someone on the shoulder or something, and the tree does nothing.
Can I like check out around the trees, see if I can perceive any naturey things about them?
Yeah, you can do a perception check.
Okay.
You can always do a perception check.
Great. I'm gonna. What is it?
no.
Thank you.
Uh,
See y'all.
So you look at these trees, and you notice that the two frowning trees look pretty much identical, whereas the other trees, have branches in different places, different amounts of leaves, and there is some foliage on the ground around them. These trees, there's no foliage on the ground, and they look the same.
Can I do? What's the magic one? Is that Arcana? No, that's. How do you check for?
Well, there's a spell that you can do to check for magic, an arcana.
I've got that.
Hold
Yeah.
on. My pig is gonna get really freaked out and he's gonna fart.
Okay,
Identify? The identify spell?
I don't know. If the pig farted, everyone do a constitution check. And, Theeva critically failed. She is on the ground. In
I
fact,
got 4.
you are, you can't. Yep, Ted got a 4.
I got a 15.
You got a 15?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a 16 plus saving throw, so everyone's affected.
Isn't it 13?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it's only 12 plus. So yeah, you're fine.
Oh.
Everyone else is messed up though.
Oh.
Steve's like, wait a minute. I am pretty sure it's 13 and I'm fine.
I do have the identify spell, so I'm going to touch the tree and see if there's a spell affecting it.
Who
Yeah,
keeps
there's definitely
drawing?
magic happening here.
What does- Okay, so you touch the tree.
You're really affected. You got the tree next to you.
You know you're using your spell slot for this, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
That's
Hey,
all I have to identify.
so you touch the tree and you learn that it is cast by there is a spell affecting these two trees. In fact, they aren't trees at all. These two specific trees are like I don't know the exact spell that's doing this, but by name, but it is kind of like they're sentinels. They're like broadcasting the activity around the entrance of the forest somewhere else.
Oh, so it's like it's recording we're like essentially recording what's going on.
It's not like a video. It's
no,
more
but
like
transmitting information.
it's
about
more
what's
like the
happening.
camera you see when you walk into CVS.
Yeah.
Except there's no TV.
Yeah, no TV.
That's not great.
You guys just gonna chill out here?
Nick left.
Well, I am still.
Nick
curled up.
left.
Okay, Tim, I'm recording also.
Great.
I'm still curled up on the ground. Am I able to get up yet?
I think it's been a long enough time. You guys aren't affected by the part anymore.
Like until then, apparently I can't do anything at all.
Go.
So here.
I'm going to break off one of the branches
Okay,
of one of the trees.
do a strength check.
I
I got a 1.
Yeah, you like jump up to try and grab one of the branches, but since you're pretty short, you can't reach, and you fall right on your bum.
wait, Nick. What were you trying to do?
Break a branch?
Okay, I'll try that too.
Thanks, Say.
All right, go ahead, do a strength check.
11.
11. Yeah, you go up to a branch and you try and rip it off, but it doesn't even budge. Doesn't have any give, any pull.
So these are magic trees that are actually just receiving information about the area surrounding it. Like,
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
That
how
seems
he-
like a good conclusion to make with the information.
Yeah.
I suppose.
okay.
Yeah.
I want to know where this information is going. Who put these trees here? How do I figure that out?
If anyone wants to do an Arcana check, you can try
That's what I
and
wanted.
decide if you know anything about this forest.
I'm doing it. I got an 11.
11. You seem to remember something about this forest that you learned when you were in Druid school, that it was a sacred place, but you can't really remember why or what for or anything else really.
So typical.
Oh my.
So guys, this is definitely a sacred place. I remember learning about that in Druid school, but I don't remember why. This is why I need to become a better Druid and why my family didn't want me.
Well, I'll do an Arcana check.
Okay.
Try and figure out if I can remember what you forgot.
That would be great, thanks.
I got a 7.
You got a 7?
No, an 8.
An 8? In all of your travels, you remember hearing that the trees of the Accursed is a place that exists.
Go. I've got
And
my
that's
face
it.
scan.
That's all you know about it.
You want to try and do an Arcana check for us, Zay?
Sure, I guess.
That would be great. Maybe you'll remember the things, Zay.
Is it a D30? I mean 20,
Yeah.
Plus your intelligence.
which is 2. So 13.
What did
13.
you get?
13. I got 11 plus.
Oh, no, it's 14, because you're proficient.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Steve, you remember reading in some scrolls while you were working for that wizard cluster that the trees of the Accursed is, again, a sacred place that was established by druids millennia ago. And that there used to be pretty thriving communities within the forest, but it was well cultivated, but it's been abandoned for quite some time.
So it sounds like it was abandoned, and it also sounds like it's really deadly in there. I wonder if those things are connected.
I say we go in.
I mean, we don't have many other options, do we, if we want to get the Devil's Bane? Plus, this is going to be a really great learning opportunity for me.
That's like, yeah.
I need to practice my bagpipe. I haven't practiced it today.
All right, go ahead and do a performance check.
Alright.
Ted's like, I'm ready to go in, but I'll wait and hear how you're doing with your bagpipes. I'm really supportive of your learning journey so far, friend.
I love Ted so much.
I love you too, Theeva.
I got a 19.
You got a 19.
Oh, what a
Um,
great performance.
you have a breakthrough. Not only do you make a sound, but you make 2 sounds, and they're on different notes.
Woo!
wow. What did you get?
Alright, let's go into the forest now.
Let's
Okay.
do that.
All right, so you guys walk into the forest.
Yeah.
Sure.
So because of the thick trees, it's pretty dark, but you can see like 50 feet in front of you at all times.
Okay.
So you walk in, and it continues to be like some sort of like entryway hallway thing for a little bit of time, and then it kind of opens up into this like kind of ovular room.
So
I'd
after
say
we
like
get all
a
the way down the
chamber.
path.
Oh, it's like the Forbidden Forest.
I'm noticing some trends, yeah.
But what you see, so there's kind of like an opening in the trees to the left, an opening trees directly in front of you, and an opening tree to the trees to the right. So it's kind of like 3 different choices plus the way you just came. And you see a bunch of there's like mushrooms on the ground. There's some like blue spotted mushrooms, some like yellow spotted mushrooms, and some mushrooms that are just straight red, like red tops. And they're kind of just scattered throughout the brush. You also hear animals like in the trees. You think you hear some monkeys and some insects and some birds, but you don't actually see any right now. And there's a stump right in the middle. It looks like there used to be a tree there, but it's gone now.
Man, I really wish I had gotten that book about all of those plants and such, given all the
I'm definitely gonna stand on top of the stump.
Okay, you stand on top of the. Well, do a little dexterity check because it's kind of high up and you're kind of short.
Can I do an athletics check to do a flip onto it? Or not athletics?
Maybe an acrobatics.
Yeah. I got a 22.
Did you roll a natural 20?
No.
Okay. Well, either way, you, to the surprise of all
He
your
rolled 19.
to the surprise of all your compatriots, you flip like 3 feet into the air and land like perfectly on top of this stump.
Wow.
Ted starts applauding.
Wait, where's Steve and Steve Jr.?
I'm following you guys.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we don't see you though.
Well, that's because I didn't want. I'm too lazy to move my piece. Wherever he is.
All right, I'm gonna put your piece back.
While Cookie is on top of the stump, I'm going to check out the stump and see if I can notice anything about it.
You can do a perception check if you want.
The knight needs to be 3.
19.
You notice a lot about the stump. You notice that it is definitely just a stump, but you notice too that it looks, by the number of rings that are on the stump, you can tell that it was very old when it was felled. But you also don't notice any tree laying around.
Can I do an Arcana check? See if I remember anything about the specific tree?
Sure. Given that you don't remember anything about this forest,
Maybe just the tree will spark my memory. I got an 18.
you really rack your brains, but you don't know anything about
man.
this tree. It doesn't seem special in your mind.
Interesting. Okay.
If it's not special, then I'm just going to set it on fire.
Oh, jeez. But what if the
Okay.
fire spreads to all of the other trees in the entire forest burn? I'm trying to stop him.
Okay, you're gonna do another contest.
I got it in
What
11.
am I rolling?
You're rolling
Charisma.
charisma.
Oh, okay. I got a 16.
Yikes.
So yeah, go ahead and plead your case.
I really think we should stop trying to set things on fire because it'd be really bad if everything burns down. Gosh, Cookie.
I'm gonna plead my case now and then set it on fire. We're in a clearing, so we should be good.
Okay. So you set the stump on fire.
Yeah.
Do a little nature check or survival check if you actually successfully set the stump on fire.
Yeah.
He got a natural 15.
I got a 17.
17. All right. So you work
Or
at it.
18, sorry.
You work at it for a while. At first, it's just a lot of smoke, but eventually it catches, and the stump is now on fire.
I'm going to use my druid craft and create a rain cloud right over top of it to try to put the
I'm
fire.
going to run around it as fast as I can.
All right. So Steve's running, or Cookie's running around it as fast as he can, which isn't having any effect. And you summon a rain cloud.
I
Theeva?
did. There's a rain cloud now right above the stump in hopes that it'll put the fire out.
All right. Is it pouring? Is it sprinkling?
Oh, it is. It's pouring. It's downpouring.
Okay. So yeah, it's out. The stump was on fire, and now it's out.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Did we notice anything from setting it on fire?
No, it smelled like fire.
Okay, guys, I think we need to decide whether we want to go right, left, or straight on through. And I have a feeling that we should go straight on through if she said it was in the middle of the forest, right?
I think we should go backwards.
Why? We've already been there.
Maybe it'll be different.
I'm suggesting straight through. Does anyone else have an opinion about this? Otherwise, I'm going.
Left. Ted said.
Oh,
I'm following everyone else besides Ted.
Great. Straight we go.
All right, you guys go straight.
Yep.
Great. So you walk straight, and you come into a room that looks very similar to the one you were just in. And you see a room with
Another stump in there?
Yep, there's a stump in the middle. There's openings to the left, right, and up.
So weird.
There are mushrooms everywhere.
I'm
I am going to run up to the stump and see if it's charred.
Okay, you run up to the stump. It's charred.
Whoa, Cookie.
Uh-oh.
Cookie, that was a very good idea.
Nick, you burned the whole. You charred 4 trees.
Ted
But
says
I didn't remember anything special about this, even with an 18.
no. Ted says we should have gone left. That's what I said.
Let's go to the right.
Wait, hold on. I'll take out
Let's go to the
my
right.
my totem and just kind of
Ted's following.
check it out.
Ted's
Is
following
anything
Cookie. You take out the totem, and it doesn't look like it's even
Lighting.
glowing or anything.
Okay, let's go. I'll follow you guys.
All right, you guys walk into the next room. It looks the room looks very similar, except there's no stump in the middle.
Aha!
There are a bunch of mushrooms on the ground.
It's the floor charred.
There's no charred, or I mean, you go up to the stump and or where the stump would have been, and there's no charred anything.
Good thinking, Steve.
You do see these little shrubs running around. They're like
Running?
yeah, they look like little plants, but
You killed the
they have
tree.
tiny little wooden legs, and they're like jumping in and out of the bushes, making little tree sounds like. Beep, 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 beep. They seem pretty cute, and they don't really pay much attention to you. And otherwise, everything's the same as before. There's a bunch of mushrooms scattered around, and you hear birds and such.
I'm concerned that they look cute, but I do want to go investigate them. I feel like this is a trap. They're gonna be all cute looking, and then they're gonna bite me and eat me. Guys, this is weird. Can I can I see? I don't know. I want to see what's going on with this room. What's different about why is this room different? Why is there two stumps that are the same stump?
I feel like we went the right way.
No, but it's weird. The other way was weird. I think there's something about that way. I'm just gonna do a perception check and see. Oh no, you already told us everything about the room.
And you can always do a perception check, and maybe you'll learn something new.
All right, I'm gonna do a perception check. Just 13.
Yeah, you don't notice anything new or different than what you noticed when you walked in.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything, Isaiah, with these bushes?
No.
You want to investigate the little shrubs at all?
You can pick a direction to go.
No, I'll just follow everyone. What?
You have no opinions, Isaiah, and you have no theories.
But I agree with Theeva. I think something's up.
Very strange.
Because it's not every day that you see a shrub plant.
Do you think we should check them out? Or do you
Yeah,
think we should leave them alone?
sure, we can check them out.
Yeah, maybe we should even set one on fire.
We
Okay,
really
I'm
should.
gonna grab one and throw it at Cookie.
All right, do a dexterity check to see if you can grab one.
8.
You got an 8?
I got an 8 total.
Okay, yeah, they're pretty wriggly, so when you try and grab one, it runs away.
I'm gonna grab one.
All right, go ahead, do a dexterity check.
20. Not
You
perfect.
have it. You have one. It's like wriggling around in your hand. It seems unhappy, but it doesn't have a face, so you're not really sure.
Alright, I'll spit on it.
Sit on it. Can I
Okay,
try to take it from him? He sits on it?
do a sleight of hand check if you want to take it from him.
I spit a lot of spittle on it.
10. No, 9.
Okay, you try and grab it out of his hand, but you're unsuccessful, and he sits on it. You hear like this crackling sound.
Oh no.
From spitting on it?
Sitting on it.
What have you done to it? You
I'm
should
just
get off
spitting
it.
on it. I'm spitting. No, I'm not sitting on it. Spitting. with
You're
my
what?
mouth.
He's
Spitting?
spitting on it.
Oh, you.
Two.
Oh!
I thought you were spitting on
We heard sitting.
it.
Okay. I'm gonna go over and tickle
All right,
Cookie.
so you spit on it, and it doesn't really affect it. It's still wriggling around trying to get out.
I'm gonna
You
go.
gotta tickle Nick.
I'm gonna go over and tickle Cookie.
Oh, I'm really tickled. I'm gonna just drop it and sit on it.
I didn't even roll.
The threat of being tickled is enough. Cookie, you sat on it now?
Okay, well, I'm gonna still go over to tickle him on the back of his neck.
All right, so you sit on it, and you hear a crunching sound
I
for
am
real this time.
distraught. I am so upset how they're
Okay, I got 19. I got 19.
All right, Steve, Cookie, do a saving throw with Constitution.
I got a 2.
Okay, you're just rolling on the ground laughing. It's unclear whether you are laughing because you're being tickled or because you enjoyed destroying that innocent creature.
I'm gonna pick him
I'm
up and
rolling over the creature.
throw him off of it. So that way I can try to.
Oh, he's already off. He's just rolling on the ground.
Can I check what's going on? How's the little guy?
You go look at the little guy, the shrub,
Yeah.
and it is just like in pieces. Yeah,
Cookie!
there's just pieces. There's like branches and little shrubs everywhere.
Oh,
What if he was really important to his kind? Like,
yeah.
really?
I
Yeah.
don't know.
Is there anything I can do to fix it?
If you have any spells to
Oh,
You
I
know,
almost did the fix broken
bring
things
back
spell,
the dead, that
but-
would be useful in a few ways.
Boy.
That would work for Cookie.
Okay.
For Cookie's bunny. Or
Okay.
whatever.
I'm going to. What do I have in my explorer's pack? Do I have anything I can dig with? I'm gonna take out my something, my shield, and I'm gonna kind of just like dig up an area to bury the tree. The little
Okay,
shrub.
so you're just kneeling somewhere digging with the shield. It's
Yeah.
taking you a lot of time. So Ted kneels next to you and starts digging too.
Thanks, Ted. Very
I'm
upset.
going to start covering up the spots where you're digging with dirt.
How are you putting dirt there?
I'm just pushing it from the pile that's next to it that you're making.
Okay. Your efforts are pretty ineffective because you're just using your feet. You're kind of feeling too lazy to kneel down. Use your hands. So it takes them a few minutes, but they get a little shrub-sized hole ready.
I put the shrub inside the hole and cover it back up.
Ted tears up a little bit and he says, "He was a good shrub. I knew him."
I'm going to try to steal a piece of the shrub and put it in my pocket.
Okay, do a sleight of hand check.
Alright. That's a 15.
Okay, I'm saying that's enough. Will you take a twig or like a leaf or
Well, it broke into pieces, right?
yeah.
So I'm just gonna take a piece.
Okay, yeah. It's like a little twig with like a little bud of plant on the end of it.
I shove it in my pocket.
There you go. That's good.
Oh boy. Are the other plants still running around?
Yeah, you kind of expected them to be horrified, but they don't seem to
They
notice.
don't respond. Isaiah, do you want to come help me check out some of these other shrubs since I don't trust, Steve, since I don't trust Cookie at all?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I really didn't mean to do that. I actually got tickled and fell on it.
Like, no, you sat on it, and then I tickled you.
Cookie, I'm not speaking to you right now. That's that.
Ted's like,
Trying to sit on it.
Ted's like, I really missed that shrub. I really didn't know I loved it so much.
I'm gonna try to see what I can see about these little shrubs running in and out of the bushes.
Okay, you want to do like a perception check or an arcana check or what?
I'm probably gonna do both. I'm gonna start with a perception check. 10.
You notice that they appear to be little shrubs and they're running around.
Great.
They're making little noises like doop, 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 doop.
14. Do I know anything about these shrubs?
You feel like you learned about these shrubs at some point, but you can't remember anything about them.
Man, I'm so useless. This is why I ran away.
You need to learn more, I'm gonna say.
I'm very upset right now. I'm feeling inadequate. The poor little shrub is dead.
So the party morale is lower, but otherwise you haven't really done anything in this room.
I'm going to go up to Theeva and say, "Oh, it's okay."
I just kind of look at you for a minute.
Theeva does a little eye roll. That's her response.
Still very upset with you.
Alright.
I may not be a very good druid, but I'm still a druid. Very upset with your destruction of all the nature.
It was a shrub, not all of the nature in the
It's
world.
a shrub.
All of the nature.
That's like, I guess there are a lot of
I
bigger
I-
trees around.
I agree with
Oh
Theeva.
my gosh, guys.
I agree with Theeva.
Thank you.
I don't.
Is there any way we can figure out what's going on with these shrubs, or should we check out something else in the room? Should we move on? Are we ignoring the mushrooms? What do we do?
I'm gonna try eating a mushroom.
Oh no.
Which one?
Like, you're not even supposed to touch.
The blue spotted one?
Okay, you just, where are you in the room?
The middle.
So reach down and pluck a blue one off the ground, and you pop it in your mouth. Do a Constitution check.
An 8.
You're immediately, your stomach feels like it's on fire, and you vomit it right back up onto the ground and take 1d4 damage.
Okay. Ew.
So yeah, take 2 damage. Ted says, that looked unpleasant. Did it taste good?
No. Should I try another one?
Probably not.
Well, Steve, what do you think?
I think no.
Well, why don't you try one?
No, thank you.
I'm going to try to force one into his mouth.
Oh no.
Alright, do a
I-
strength contest.
I'm gonna close my mouth with my hand and tickle him. Again.
This is also a really funny image. Like, you're so tiny and he's so big.
Alright, so if your defense is tickling, and you're trying to do a strength, so Cookie, roll your strength, and Steve, roll your sleight of hand.
I almost got a perfect 20. I got a 14.
I got a 7.
Okay, so you like definitely step to the side, Steve, and you tickle Cookie right in the side where he's extra ticklish.
I thought he was extra ticklish in the back of the neck.
He's extra ticklish in a few different places. And he drops the mushroom on the ground. What color was it?
This was a red one.
All right, yeah, red mushroom just
Laying on the ground.
laying on the ground.
I'm gonna pick up one of each of the mushrooms and just put it in my bag.
Great.
I have a red mushroom, a blue spotted mushroom.
And a yellow spotted mushroom.
Okay,
Alright, let's go.
sounds good. Why is this key?
Ted's like, I don't know, I was starting to like this place. We can make a life here, friends.
Well, first we need to find the Devil's Bane, and I feel like we've been pretty unsuccessful.
Well, what's your totem say?
It's not doing anything. It's not even lit up at all.
Have you looked at it since we got into this room?
I'm gonna look at it again.
Okay, do a perception check.
15.
You don't notice any difference.
I hold it out and I throw it to them. See?
Alright, I'll do a perception check.
Me too.
Okay, go ahead,
Good
guys.
idea, guys.
Ted's like, me too.
Don't look at
I got a 1.
You
it.
got a 1.
What?
Steve, you're looking in Theeva's bag. You think it's in there, even though she's holding it out in her hand. Cookie, what did you get?
11.
11? Yeah, you look at it and you're like, you're right, it doesn't look any different. Ted agrees.
Cool. Let's go then.
Great. Glad we all agree. Should we keep going? I think we should go deeper into the forest.
Yeah, which way is deeper?
Should be this way.
Which way? Alright.
Alright, Ted's like, right!
Let's not follow Ted.
I'm gonna fall, Ted.
Alright.
So, where are you guys going?
I'm going this way.
Yeah, we're going this way.
I'm following Ted.
I guess we're splitting up then.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this is always the bad thing in storage, but oh well. I mean stories.
Okay, so Ted and Steve go right, and you guys go up.
Can I call out at them before they walk away?
Yeah.
Let's meet back here though, in this exact room.
Okay. So Ted and Steve exit, and let's do them, or let's do them first.
Okay.
So you walk in to what looks like a very similar room as the one you were just in. Yeah, that's all I'll say.
Are there still a bunch of shrubs?
Yeah, there's some shrubs running around.
Is there a stump?
No stump in the middle. Feel free to roll a perception check if you want to notice anything else.
Sure.
Asking all the right questions.
I got a 5.
You got a 5. Ted got a 7. You don't really notice anything at the moment. Do you want to walk anywhere else in the room?
You want to walk anywhere else in the room?
No. I'm just gonna stay with Ted in case something happens. I mean, he's really strong. He cuts trees in half.
All right, Ted walks into the middle of the room, and he's like, well, I guess I'll try one of these mushrooms.
No.
No.
I'm gonna say, don't do it or I'll tickle you.
That's pretty convincing. I won't do it. Ted looks around again, and he only rolled a 6, so he doesn't notice anything. Steve, why don't you try looking around again?
Sure. I'm gonna look around all the walls.
Sure, you're just running around the outside.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm running around the whole room.
All right,
I got a 9.
you got a 9.
So close to a 19. But in the dice.
You don't notice anything special, but as you run around the room, Ted picks up a mushroom. It's a red one. He's like, hey, Steve, This one was already picked. It looked like it was just laying on the ground.
That's weird.
Isn't that weird?
Maybe it's maybe it was cookies.
You think it was cookies?
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat it.
No. I'm gonna go over and tickle him.
Before you can do that, Ted eats it, and he immediately falls asleep on the ground.
Okay, well I'm gonna tickle him.
All right, you tickle him, but nothing happens. He's in a deep slumber.
I got a
Yeah,
10.
gotta stop being asleep. He's too big for this.
Okay, I'm gonna use
Hey, did we bring the wagon with us?
No.
no. I'm gonna use my my ice thing, and
Right.
I'm gonna do it on the floor.
Okay. So it makes it very cold.
Yeah.
Okay. So Ted's not shivering, but he's still asleep.
Oh no, poor Ted.
Steve, you notice that next to Ted, there's a bunch of loose soil.
Why is there a bunch of loose
You
soil?
could dig it up.
Like, I'll just dig.
Okay.
Wait, I can't dig because there's a bunch of ice.
It's like next to Ted, so you didn't hit it with your frost ray.
Okay, so I'm gonna perception test.
You can do a perception check.
Okay, sure. 5.
5.
I'm not doing
You're like-
very.
You're like, it's a bunch of loose dirt.
Didn't you say you were
could dig
gonna
it up.
do that?
Okay, I'm gonna pick it up and take it apart and throw it, and I'll see if anything happens.
Okay, so you start digging and you're just slinging dirt.
I
Across.
got a 2.
You're not doing it very well. It's just kind of like going all over Ted. Now he's covered in dirt. But you do end up digging, and you with one handful you pick up a twig with a little bud on it.
What do you think that is?
I'm gonna just be like, I'm gonna poke Ted with it and see if it see if anything happens. And
Okay.
like I'm gonna do it really strongly too. So should I do perception too? Perception and strength.
You can just do a strength on him,
Okay, just strength. Okay,
poking him.
I got a 15.
He's gonna do a little Constitution contest against that. He got a perfect 20. He doesn't even. He's snoring deeper now, more deeply.
Okay, I'm gonna say okay, and I'm gonna stomp on him.
Okay, go ahead and
Okay.
stop him.
Strength test.
You can just do a strength check. Roll twice because you have advantage because he's asleep.
I got a
16.
16.
You got a 16.
Yeah,
That's
Oh, no.
actually
my strength is like 1.
that's actually not enough to hit him. You step on him, but it's not strong enough because it just glances off his chainmail and he's still snoring. All right, I'm gonna pivot at this point to the other two.
Okay.
Remember where we're at. You're stomping on Ted. Let's go ahead, guys. You come in. Very similar looking room as you were just in.
As we were dressed in,
Yeah.
what's around us?
I can describe it again. A bunch
the
of
same?
mushrooms and
Alright, I'm just
there's
gonna do a perception roll. 17.
you got 17. You notice that it isn't the same room as you were just in. You don't see the grave you dug. You don't see plucked mushrooms. It looks like you haven't been here before.
But the shrubs are there.
Yeah.
The
Otherwise, it
mushrooms are
looks
there.
the same.
Are there any yellow spotted mushrooms?
Yeah.
Theeva,
Yeah.
eat one.
What?
You should eat a yellow spotted mushroom.
Oh, I don't think I'm gonna eat any of these mushrooms. I know enough to know better than just to eat mushrooms, you know? You.
I eat a yellow spotted mushroom.
You eat yellow spotted mushroom. All right. You eat a yellow spotted mushroom and you just start sneezing uncontrollably every few seconds.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness, indeed. How do we make you stop that?
And why aren't any of these mushrooms good?
I wonder.
Well, I don't know about the red one.
Yeah, maybe it's like the anti-sneeze.
I'm gonna eat red one, see if it stops sneezing.
Nick, I think you're really stupid. Your in-game character is really stupid.
You ate a red mushroom and you immediately fell asleep.
Great. So, I'm gonna try to wake him up. I'm gonna.
It's not gonna work, Theeva.
I don't know this because I technically wasn't seeing what you guys are doing in the other room. So I'm trying to go off of what I probably would have done.
Okay.
Okay.
Do a strength check, and Nick, roll a Constitution saving throw. What'd you get?
12.
12. You're fine. You're sleeping. I mean.
All right. While he's sleeping, I'm gonna walk around the room and see what I can.
Am I sneezing while I'm sleeping?
Actually, yes. You're still sneezing every few seconds.
Great. I'm becoming increasingly annoyed with you, and I'm like, why did he choose to follow me? I'm still mad at him. I can't believe he ate those stupid mushrooms. I'm gonna do an Arcana check.
Okay.
And just like walking around seeing what happens here. I think that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So while you're pacing around the perimeter of the room, you remember like, aha! Right.
I wonder if it's because everything's now quiet and people aren't bothering me.
And you remember back in Druid school learning about this forbidden, this forest, and how the Druids that lived here really didn't want other people coming in, so they set up this magical entryway that kind of like had a secret code to get through.
Mm.
And if you didn't know what the code was, it was pretty hard to get through.
Interesting. I'm gonna pick up Cooki, and I'm going to try to carry him back to the room where Ted and Steve are in order to tell them about what I just remembered.
Okay, do a strength check.
I think it's 13.
13?
Double checking.
All right, so you...
It's actually 12.
All right, so it's really, really hard, but you drag Cooki back the way you came.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, you see Cooki, or you see Steve stomping on Ted.
Steve, what are you doing?
He's asleep. I'm trying to wake him up.
Oh gosh, did he eat the red mushroom?
Of course he did.
Of course he did.
I tried to tickle him, but he didn't wake up.
No, they went this way. They went right. We went.
Yeah, I know.
So we would have come in this way. We went back down into the room we came in, and then went right. We would come in.
No, that's exactly what happened. You walked in through that entrance.
Okay. Okay, well, if these guys are asleep, I'll at least tell you, Steve. I just remembered what I learned about the forest.
What?
So there used to be a lot of druids that lived here, and they didn't want other people like coming in and messing with their druid shit. So they put like a tricky like case to crack through the forest. So you have to kind of know the code to get through the forest in order to get through. Otherwise, it's really, really tricky.
Well, how do you figure it out if you're not?
That's a great question. I haven't gotten that far yet. I just needed to come and tell you.
Am I having a dream right now?
Sure, you can have a dream. What are you dreaming about?
I don't know. What am I dreaming about?
Dream about me tickling you.
Oh gosh.
It's a nightmare.
You're dreaming about playing the bagpipes, but when you look at the like part you put in your mouth, it's a rabbit's foot, and then you look at it and you realize it's your rabbit.
No. Did I practice the bagpipes in my dream on the rabbit?
No, because now you're just crying. In real life, you're sneezing more quickly, more rapidly. At this point, Ted actually wakes up. And he's like, wow, my head hurts a little bit, but I feel great otherwise.
A little chilly.
Why is Cooki sneezing and unconscious?
Both the yellow and the red mushrooms.
Nice. The red mushroom, that was a good one. That tasted really good.
It put you asleep.
And it was a great rest. I feel rejuvenated and ready to go.
You want me to put you to sleep again?
No. Okay, so Ted, I just remembered that this forest is basically like a code we need to crack. So a long time ago, there were druids. They didn't want people coming in. So they made a trick forest to get through in order to get back into the deeper part of the forest.
I'm going left.
Oh gosh.
Ted runs left, and you actually reappear from the right.
I thought you went left.
Guys, it didn't work.
What didn't work?
I'm gonna try again. He runs left. He comes back to the right. He tries again. He runs back. Now he's like panting. He's like, "This is terrible. I hate this place. I don't want to live here anymore. I take it all back."
Why is he doing that?
He leaves the room, and then instead of going into another room, he's just reappearing in our room. There must be some sort of magic on this room. I mean, there clearly is some sort of magic on this room, making it so that way we can't actually go out that way.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say password.
You say the word password.
Does it work?
No, you just say the word password.
I kind of look at Steve for a minute, like, what?
Maybe you should say like abracadabra. Maybe that'll do it.
No, that's not a password.
Is password a password?
If you use a zero, you know.
Oh, that's a joke I don't understand because it's fantasy and there's no computers.
Ted, why don't you try going to the right and see what happens?
Okay,
Right.
good idea.
Okay, I'm gonna go right too.
Oh, I guess I'm just in the room still.
Like I'm gonna come over
Yeah,
here.
you're just sleeping.
You're still asleep. All right, so you guys run right, and yeah, you come right back left.
I'm gonna try going straight.
Which way is that? Ted's like, yeah, sure, let's do it. You guys go up, and you disappear.
What?
No!
That's the
I
room
wake up.
from.
You wake up.
Oh,
Cookie.
no. Do I know where they went?
You didn't know.
Perception
You're
check?
sleeping.
You
You
don't know
anything.
You don't know anything.
I'm
I
gonna.
can try to see if there's like footprints or something.
I mean, Theeva can just tell you what just happened.
Wait, weren't they gone?
They didn't like reappear in the room. But you don't see them.
I'm just gonna grab Cookie's arm now that he's awake and looking around and seeming a little confused, and run after them.
Oh, I didn't realize Steve was still in there. Okay.
Okay, so you guys all run up basically, and you reappear in a room down here. You reappear in a room.
Okay, I think we should keep going this way. It seems like the only time we've ever moved through rooms is when we were going straight in that last one. You know.
I bet the code is up, down, left, right, left, right.
Or should we just try walking through and see what happens? Like one person goes through.
Oh, I have an idea. Why don't we all go different
Cookie, we
directions?
don't know anything yet. Should we explain what's going on?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, what's going on?
So here's the quick recap. Actually, Steve, you want to give him the recap?
Well, you fell asleep by eating a blue mushroom, at least I think.
Red
No,
mushroom.
red mushroom. Red mushroom.
But do you want to tell him what we found out about the forest and what was happening? with the
This
group?
forest, there are a bunch of druids that used to live here. I mean, they might still live here, but
Here, we don't actually know.
well, we don't know. But they did some like code to make it so only druids who knew the code could do it.
Oh, well.
And while I'm telling this, I'm waving my hands around.
Okay.
Wow. That really helped with the explanation, I think.
Ted's like, I understand too. That was really well articulated.
I have a good idea.
Steve, you should tell me about the
perfect
rooms
solution.
too. What's happening with the rooms?
What's that? What?
The rooms, you know how we're going out one side and then and then we just reappear in the room?
Oh no, you can tell him that.
Okay, well, so basically we think part of the code is like which way you go out in and out of the rooms because we're just reappearing in the same room. You know, when you go one direction, you just pop back into the room instead of going into a different room.
Well, then why don't we all just go different directions? And then the people that...
Well, one person should stay. That way we know if people come back.
Oh, 3 people will come back.
Ted's like, all
But
right.
what if all of them lead into a different room? You know what I mean?
Well, didn't you already find out that they don't?
Well, I don't know what the rest of it is. We only know that one room.
Well, I think the quickest way to find the way to the end is if we all keep trying to split up. And then that's how we'll figure out which room's which.
I don't know about this plan.
Ted's like, okay, I'm going left.
Going right.
Which way are you guys going?
I don't think we should split up entirely. Don't you
I'm
think
going.
we should-
I'm going with Theeva.
All right.
What? Oh, that's not gonna work.
Well, are you already gone?
Huh?
Are you gone?
Yeah, I went left.
I thought you went right.
Oh, right.
All right, Ted went left, you went right, and then which way did you guys go, Theeva and Steve? Forward.
Forward, because we just came from down there.
Onward.
I'll do Theeva and Steve first. Steve and Steve, you enter a room together, and it looks similar to you.
Ay, ay, ay. Do you want to check it out? Do a perception roll, Steve?
No.
Yeah, maybe make it a good one this time, Steve.
No thanks.
No?
No, I'm have too bad luck.
Alright, I'll do a perception roll. 12.
With a 12, you notice a little grave, and right kind of close to the middle. It's dug up.
Back where we started. We should be keeping track of this somehow. Steve, do you have any map skills?
Any?
You like draw a map? We should trace out where we're going.
I don't really know. I don't think so.
All right.
But yeah, what do you guys want to do?
What do you think, Steve?
Oh no.
Okay. So we were in one room and we went straight up and it brought us back to the second room we were in. Can we keep going?
I mean, do you think we should?
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm just gonna go.
Okay, I'm gonna follow it.
Which way?
Try.
I thought you were going. Which way you want to go, Steve?
No, you're going, Theeva.
This way.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys go up. Before I tell you what happened there. Is Nick there?
Nick's going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, he has his
I'm
phone.
still on the call.
He has his phone.
Are you still on the call? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of water.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing the dishes. I have to do the dishes before Mom gets home.
Okay. So you went right. So you come into this room on the left side of the room, and you see Ted come in through the right side of the room, and you're in the same room.
Oh.
Okay, now, where's...
Hey,
Okay.
Ted, should we go up then? If our hypothesis is right?
Ted's like, sure.
Alright, let's do it.
So you guys both go up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You enter a room, and as you enter this room, you see Steve and Theeva exit the room. So,
What? They didn't wait for us?
We didn't know you were coming.
That was literally the plan.
Oh, I messed up then.
I'm gonna try and go into a corner of the room.
all right, first we gotta figure out what Cooki and Ted are doing.
I'm definitely gonna dig up the grave because we're in a new room now. I feel like there should be different stuff in it.
You see that there's a grave, but it's already dug up.
Really?
Yeah.
Are there any new mushrooms? in this room?
Remember it.
There's same mushrooms as you saw before. Ted's like, I'm gonna go follow them.
Where'd they go?
They went up.
Which direction? Up?
Yeah.
But I'll go up too.
Okay. So Steve and Theeva, you walk into this room, and right behind you are Ted and Cooki.
Okay, there we go. That's good. Okay,
Ted's like, hey guys.
Nick, you're really ear piercing.
What?
Oh, wow. How did you guys get here?
Okay.
We were in the same room after we went left and right, and then we went up, and we saw you guys, and then we followed you.
Huh.
Okay.
So weird, isn't it?
Okay, I'm gonna say, okay, well, maybe we have to try and go into the opposite, go into a corner.
Okay.
Oh.
You
Okay.
go to the corner.
Yeah. We just walk into the wall and see
What-
what happens.
Aren't these like circular chambers?
Yeah, they're pretty circular, but it's just a bunch of really thick trees.
So like one of the curves where there's just trees.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you walk into a corner. Which one?
I don't care. I'm just gonna go into a random one.
All right, pick a random corner. Let's say top right corner, and there's like really pretty minimal space between the tightly packed trees. And even if there were, there's just a bunch of bushes, like thorny bushes and bramble on the ground. It doesn't look like it would be very easy to traverse.
I think you should attempt to traverse it.
I think that's a bad idea. Should we try splitting up again and see what happens? We learned something last time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the way we first came through, like in that direction.
Back out.
Yeah, this area.
Which direction is that?
This one.
You're gonna go down?
Yes.
Okay, so Steve goes down.
Alright, I'll go up.
You'll go up. Ted's like, I'm gonna go left.
I guess I'm going right then.
Okay. I'll start with Steve and Cookie. Okay, so Steve, you went down, right? The last time?
Yeah, that's right.
That's Steve I'm talking about.
Yes, we
I
go
know.
down.
So Steve, you pop out the top of this room, and Cookie, you pop out the bottom, and you see each other.
Whoa! Do we see anyone else?
Nope.
Oh no.
Feel free to do
That's
a
not good.
perception roll or anything.
Nah.
Okay.
How about you, Steve?
Hey Steve, can you do a perception roll? My eyes are closed.
Okay, sure. I got an 18.
18, nice.
Nice.
You look around, Steve, and you notice there's a grave at the middle that's been dug up. There's a bunch of mushrooms, but there looks like there's been a few mushrooms that were plucked in the middle of the room. It's the same room that you've been in before.
I am going to fire an arrow out the top exit.
The top
Hey,
exit.
Tim,
Okay.
Yeah.
You fire an arrow through the top exit. It doesn't come back or anything weird like that.
Well, I'm gonna go and try and find my arrow. I'm gonna go up.
Okay. You go up. Do you follow, Steve?
sure. I'll follow him.
Okay. You guys both go up. All right. Let's do Theeva and Ted now. So Theeva, you went left, right?
I went right. Ted
went right.
always goes left.
Oh yeah, Ted always goes left. He's like Zoolander. So Theeva, you pop out the left side of this room, and Ted pops out the right side of this room, and you see each other.
Oh, this is so weird.
Ted's like, "Hi,
Okay,
this
Ted.
happened last time."
Yeah, really bizarre. Okay, we try going up. Or we want to perceive the room first?
Yeah, let's perceive.
Do you want to perceive?
Go ahead and perceive first.
Great. 10.
And Ted gets an 8. You guys don't notice much, but you do notice that there's no grave in this room.
Interesting. So this is a new room. Oh, we need to go to the other two.
Ted's like, maybe we should just sit here and think.
Why?
You should really.
Why?
Maybe they'll find us.
No. If we sit here and think. Okay. Wait, where am I?
You're not in
We're
here.
not in this exact room. All right, Ted. sits
Am I
down
with
and starts
anyone?
thinking.
Am I with Cookie?
You're on the Cookie, yeah.
Nick,
All right.
you are so loud.
Gotta do the dishes.
I'm turning my sound down.
It's quality content for the recording.
You.
My recording, it's so loud.
I forgot about that.
This is quality podcast. Theeva, did you move? Did you leave?
I tell Ted to come with me.
Ted's like, I'm thinking. I'm sitting here and thinking. You can go ahead of me. I'll follow in a minute.
Ugh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
All right. So Theeva goes up. Ted's sitting down in the middle of the room and thinking. You guys, I'm gonna do you now.
Okay.
You guys just both
Where
went
am
up.
I?
And you pop out through the bottom of a room.
Does it look pretty similar to before?
You've seen a room like this before. What you
Am I
notice
with
is
anyone?
you and Cookie are together. There's an arrow just in the middle of the room,
Oh, nice.
and no grave.
Okay.
I'm gonna go pick up the arrow.
Looks pretty similar. All right, you pick up the arrow.
I'm gonna grab the arrow and snap
You
it back.
guys,
What? No, I picked it up. I already picked it up.
Well, I'm gonna grab it from your hands.
What?
guys, when Tim said there's an arrow, I completely forgot that you shot an arrow, and I was like, which way is the arrow pointing? Like, I thought there was like a directional arrow just like in the floor.
If you guys had done a higher perception check, you would have noticed that each room has an arrow pointing you in the right direction.
Okay.
Okay, so you picked up the arrow before Steve could snap it.
I'm gonna throw it up in the air and see if it'll point us in the correct direction when it falls down.
Okay, you throw it up in the air and it lands point first in the ground because that's how physics works.
All right. Let's
Okay,
dig,
I'm gonna grab it and I'm gonna throw it up in the air, but spin it at the same time.
Okay, you throw it up in the
Okay,
air
and I'm gonna grab Cookie and back up.
Okay,
You picked me up.
good idea. It lands on its side.
Okay, pointing which direction?
It's pointing back the way you came.
Okay, let's go that way.
All right, sounds good.
You guys go that way?
Wait, yeah. There we
Yeah,
go.
you guys go down.
And what
Okay.
happens?
So this is what happens when you go down. Is you walk in this room through the top.
You're so loud.
I'm almost done. It's my last thing.
You guys walk in through the top as you see.
A
Steven,
terrible
which way did you go?
recording.
You went up. You
Really
come.
sorry.
Steven comes in through the bottom.
Whoa!
You see each other. And I'm not going to make you do perception checks for this anymore. You notice that there's a grave that has been dug up in the middle, and from plucked mushrooms.
So guys, Ted is in the room behind us, just thinking, but that room doesn't have any grave in it, which makes me think it's a new room.
Nick, is there any way to turn your mic down? I can't hear anything.
You sound a lot of grease on it from the burger.
Nick, how many dishes did you make? This is two of you.
It was a cheese and bacon.
There was dishes there before from earlier.
All right, well, you picked like a complex puzzle for your dish time. This is an interesting choice.
Yeah. So what I was saying, Steve, before the waterfall started gushing, was that Ted is sitting in the room behind us. He's just thinking, as one does. But that room doesn't have any grave in it or anything, which makes me think it might be a different room.
Oh.
I think we should go back in it and see what happens.
We should go back in it and make another grave.
No, that's confusing. Well, I'm going to go back through.
Which way do you go?
Back down, because that's the way I came in.
Does anyone follow her?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna follow her.
Okay, you all go that way. So then you end up here in a room, and you notice there's a grave that's been dug up recently, and some plucked mushrooms near the center of the room.
What?
Why are there so many plucked mushrooms?
Okay, wait. But I went up, so I walked back down, and now Ted is gone, and the room is different. Zero feedback.
I think I should eat a mushroom.
Oh gosh.
There you go, Tim.
I see that. I can't do that right now. I can't get a new operating system in the middle of our game.
Okay. I'm confused now.
I am gonna cry.
I'm gonna ask why he's crying.
We've been stuck in this place for so long.
Ted appears from the bottom.
Okay, I
just went to the direction I saw Theeva go, and I see you guys now. So that's nice.
I'm gonna tickle him.
That's so weird. How did I skip a room?
I'm going to tickle him.
Tickle who?
Cookie.
Okay, go ahead and tickle Cookie. Cookie,
5.
you're desperate. You're crying, so you're pretty much immediately tickled. You don't even get to do a Constitution check.
Oh wow, why did he even roll?
Did you roll?
I got a 5.
You got a 5. All right, never mind. Do the Constitution check, Nick. We have disadvantage.
I got it too.
Okay, you're tickled, and now you're laughing, but you're still sad. Also, you've still been sneezing, by the way, every few seconds.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cookie's having a really hard time.
Okay.
I think we need a better plan, guys.
Ted's like, I'm gonna shoot an arrow again, the same way Cookie did, and he takes out his bow and he shoots an arrow, and it goes straight up and disappears from view. He's like, I think that was a good idea.
Will it ever come down?
That's
I mean,
straightforward,
let's
right?
follow it, and then we need to come up with a better plan, guys, because we have no idea what's going on yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat a yellow mushroom and see if I can get rid of these sneezes.
Okay, you eat the yellow mushroom, and you are sneezing harder.
Okay. At this point, I'm going to
My face
I'm
is
gonna-
covered in snot.
I'm gonna hang him upside down.
That doesn't do anything. He's still sneezing.
Okay, I'm gonna give him some sugar.
This isn't the hiccups.
Yeah.
I appreciate the attempt, though, Steve.
Everyone can see me smack
Ted's like,
Let's go forward.
Ted's like, hold on, let me try one more thing. And he runs left again, and he pops out to the right.
Yeah.
And he's like, see that? That was happening before. Let me try the other way. He runs right, and he pops out through the left.
Right, we need to go back up this
And
way.
he's like, see that? Then he runs down, and he pops up through the top.
Oh, so weird.
Oh,
So-
then I guess up is the way then.
Only way.
And he's
I
like, all
guess
right.
maybe that's a good strategy that we should try to send Ted running around.
He's like, all right. And I'm going up. Then he disappears.
Okay,
Ted,
I'm going.
thank you for your guidance.
Everyone needs to go up.
All right. So y'all go up. So y'all come back in through a room from the bottom, and you see an arrow sitting in the middle. and there's no grave.
Wow.
So should we just do the same method of just somebody pop around and see which room?
Why not?
Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna do a perception check and see if I see anything. Like while we're like on the walls of the tunnels.
Sure, you can do a perception check.
I got a 3. Why am I so bad at
You
it?
got a 3.
If I
I'm
got,
gonna do a perception check.
Good.
I got a 15.
You got a 15.
I got a 4? How am I so bad?
Because you're sneezing, Nick, you roll up disadvantage on this check.
Still 15.
Nice. You like actually notice that there are footsteps. They're actually going every way. But you see footsteps that look like Ted's that are going left. Ted's like, think I should go left then.
That sounds good.
He goes left and he disappears.
Let's follow Ted.
Yeah.
Did you check the other ways to make sure?
Nope.
Y'all
We
follow
did that
Ted.
last time. Didn't work.
No, I mean like. Okay, never mind. All right.
Y'all follow Ted.
I'm gonna follow him.
Y'all follow Ted, and you pop into a room from the right. There's no arrow. There's no grave. Just the room looks like it had been the first time you walked into the first room.
Stump in the middle.
No stump.
All right. Should we give it a go?
Well, I think we should look out around the room and see if there's anything special about it.
Okay. I'm gonna check my totem.
You look at your totem. Do a perception roll.
A 3.
Oh my gosh. Ted's like, let me look at it. You do that? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it here.
Go ahead.
Maybe you should walk around while you're holding it too, towards the different
Yeah.
exits than exits.
15.
15.
Yeah.
He was like, it's not lit up at all. And you're like, let me see that. And you look at it, and you notice that the eyes of the frog are actually glowing, look like pretty faintly, but you see it.
Wow, I can't believe you didn't see that, Theeva.
I take it back and I walk towards. I'm just
Okay.
gonna walk around.
I'm gonna feel the trees.
Okay, so you're walking around, and Steve's feeling trees.
Yeah. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like I see if it glows brighter at any exit.
Sure, do a perception check for that.
12.
It doesn't seem to be glowing any brighter or dimmer as you move.
But I now see that it's glowing.
Yeah, you notice that it's glowing now that Cookie pointed it out. Steve, you feel a tree, and it feels nice.
I think I'm gonna eat another yellow mushroom.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, you eat another yellow mushroom, and you sneeze so hard that your ears pop, and you are momentarily deaf.
Hey Cookie, I think you should stop doing that.
What?
Does anyone want to roll a perception roll?
Yeah, sure.
Somebody please roll a perception roll.
Alright, got a 16.
16. You look around and you notice you don't see any of your footsteps in this room,
Hooray.
Wow.
except for the footsteps of Theeva as she's walking around. And
Should we have somebody go in and out the entrances?
Yeah,
I volunteer as tribute. Which way should I go? Left?
Go left, yeah.
Okay, Ted runs left and he disappears, so you don't see him.
Oh no.
Alright, well, I guess we go left.
Y'all go left?
Sure.
All right, y'all go left, and you pop out the right side of a room, and you notice a grave that's been dug up. You notice that there have been some mushrooms that have been plucked.
All right, let's go back.
Which way do you go?
Oh no.
I'm gonna grab one of the mushrooms and throw it the way we came.
All right, you throw the mushroom the way you came, and it actually pops out the left side of the room.
Oh, so smart.
Oh boy.
What
I'm
about
gonna look at the footsteps again.
In this room, there are footsteps everywhere.
I'm gonna knock on the tree.
Oh man, I feel like we've been in this room a lot.
All right, I'm gonna toss the mushroom up.
Okay, you toss the mushroom up, and it disappears. What color mushroom was it?
It was a red mushroom.
Okay.
Are there any talking bushes in this room?
There's those little bushes that have been running around this whole time. They're still around.
Oh really? I'm going to see if there's a clue in the bushes.
How are you gonna do that?
I'm gonna look.
So look at them. All right, roll a
I'm going to
perception.
observe them.
Or roll an investigation check.
Alright,
The yellow mushroom is the one that made the
11.
right?
11.
Yeah.
They don't see any clues. They just seem to be running around, popping in and out of the trees. They're not even using the little doorways, so it's they just seem like maybe they're just background.
I'll kill one.
Wait, I'm into this narration. Okay, I'm gonna toss a mushroom down.
All right, you toss the mushroom down, and it pops back up through the top.
Great, this way.
You to go up.
Alright.
All right, everyone goes up. You pop back down the bottom of the room, and you see in the middle of the room there's an arrow and a red mushroom.
I'm gonna pick up both, and I'm gonna hang on to the arrow, but I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna toss the red mushroom up.
You
I'm
toss
gonna
the
put the arrow. I'm gonna put another arrow in where that arrow was.
All right, cool. You toss the mushroom up and it disappears.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up a yellow mushroom. I'm gonna toss it this way.
Okay, also disappears.
We know that this mushroom went that way, right? Or last time we went to the left, right? When we were in this room.
Yeah, Ted's like, that's a good idea. He throws his entire crossbow to the left. And it disappears.
Oh no.
Oh man, why'd you do that?
I thought that's what we were doing. It seemed like a
Go
good
and get
idea.
it. Just go and get it.
I don't like to leave you guys anymore.
and then go up once you're in that room. I toss a blue mushroom down.
Okay.
I'm going to force feed Teddy yellow mushroom.
Okay,
Ted
I'm
doesn't need you to be forced fed. He's like pretty willing.
okay. I'm gonna
Can you
tickle
remind me
both
what
of
you guys threw?
I'm
You
gonna
threw
tickle both of them
And,
with each of my hands.
uh,
2d20s.
what?
And
What are you doing,
tickling
Hannah?
and tickling both of them.
Great. What did you throw?
red
Where?
up,
Okay.
yellow right,
Uh-huh.
blue down.
Okay. All right. Ted, roll
got
your.
eight.
You got
I got
8.
a 1 and a 9.
Why do you have advantage?
I
I
do?
do?
No, that's for
the respective
one is for Nick
Oh,
and
you.
one is for Ted.
Okay. Ted evades you, but he's sneezing.
Oh no, that isn't very good.
Cookie, do you roll a Constitution saving throw yet?
Yeah, I got an 8.
And he got an 8
Nick,
too.
you're so loud.
No, they got a 9.
Oh, then you're tickled.
Oh no.
He got you in the back of the neck this time. You're
And he's still sneezing while he's laughing.
He is. Yeah.
I'm gonna walk straight up, I think.
Okay. Thieva walks straight up. Where does everyone else go?
I'm
Oh.
following Theeva.
I'm going to stay there and try and sneeze with my eyes open.
Tickling Peanut. I mean Nick.
Okay. So you're not moving at all.
I'm tickling him and rolling.
Not yet.
Where did you go, Isaiah?
I'm following Theeva.
Nice. Okay. And Cookie's just staying in the middle. All right. So you guys all move up.
Yeah.
So you pop down in a room from the bottom in a room, and you see a red mushroom, and in the middle there's a grave that's been recently dug up, and some plucked mushrooms.
Okay.
So we don't want to go this way.
No. I think we should avoid the plucked mushroom areas.
How do we get back out?
I'm gonna yell as loud as I can.
Okay. It sounds like his voice is coming from up.
All right, let's go up.
Actually, in this room, it sounds like his voice is coming from everywhere.
Oh no. I'm gonna play my bagpipe.
It sounds like his bagpipes are coming from everywhere. His two notes.
Which is probably really bad for our ears.
It's okay, I can't hear.
Okay, so no one else has input. Steve, you have any ideas here?
Oh no, I don't really think I have any very good ideas.
Thanks, Steve.
Ted's like, we've been in this room a bunch, haven't we?
Yeah, we want to go back to Cookie now because this isn't the way we want to go.
Has it ever worked going any direction other than up?
I don't know. I haven't been keeping track. Have you been keeping track, Ted? Please tell us.
Remember when I was in this room before and I ran left and then I came out the right side
Yeah, so we should probably go up.
and I ran right and
Is
I
what
came
you're
out the left
saying to
side
us?
and then I ran down and I came out the top side.
Yeah, let's go up.
Maybe we should go up.
I need somebody else to help me keep track of these things, Ted, because
All right, so you guys all go up, and the room you see has an arrow in the middle and Cookie sitting there concentrating.
all right, shall we try this way or shall we try down?
Isn't the only way we didn't go right that would work?
I don't think we tried down. I don't remember though. We definitely did left and up.
Well, didn't we throw mushrooms every direction? Did they go? Did they disappear in each case?
Yes, we did.
Oh. Well, I'm just gonna stay here.
Actually, I should say this: when you were in that room before, you saw the blue mushroom that you had thrown, but you also saw a red mushroom on the ground.
Wait, we saw both the blue and the red?
Yeah.
Okay. So I threw the blue mushroom down.
And the blue mushroom was right where you guys came out at the top of the room.
So we should go right.
You saw the red mushroom at the bottom of the room.
Alright, let's go right.
Okay, you guys go right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you pop out the left side of this room, and you see on the ground the yellow mushroom that you threw. And actually, all the way across the room, right near the other exit, is Ted's crossbow.
I'm gonna reach down and eat that yellow mushroom.
Oh, which way did he fire the crossbow?
Ted's like, my crossbow, and he runs and grabs it and comes back. He threw
Ted,
it
which way did you fire the crossbow?
left. Duh.
Oh, of course. Silly question.
I'm going to investigate and see if it's a new room.
I'm gonna see if there are any footsteps. So
You can investigate.
I got a 14.
14,
15.
15. That's enough. You notice that there are footsteps in here. It looks like you or someone else has been in this room recently. And there's also the mushroom still on the ground that you threw, the yellow one.
I ate it.
Can I
Oh,
check
you
out?
ate it, so then it's gone.
Can I check out my totem and see if it's glowing brighter or dimmer?
of course you can.
Thanks, Day.
Sure.
I'm the dungeon master right now.
Devin, it does.
I am the captain now.
No,
I
I'm
am
the
the
dungeon
captain now.
master.
It's not. You don't notice it glowing any brighter or dimmer than it was before, but it's still glowing.
And I show it to them and say, this doesn't look like it's changed, everyone.
Ted's like, what if we throw a bunch of mushrooms again? That worked.
Yeah, that's
Let's do it.
definitely a good next step. But remind me to check this in all the rooms, that are new rooms to see if it's
Great.
great. So we know that this.
Ted throws his crossbow to the left. That's what we were doing.
So we know that this way popped out his crossbow that he threw before. So we don't want to go this way. Up and down, shall we?
Sure.
You want to have any input on up and down throwing mushrooms? Do we know anything about up and down yet?
No, I don't think so.
I thought we were throwing mushrooms every direction.
Well, Ted's crossbow was all the way to the left, so we know that connects to the room that he threw his crossbow through before. No?
Oh, I thought he just threw it to the left and disappeared.
Yep.
Right, but this is now a new room, and his crossbow is sitting to the right of this room.
Is it?
It was, but he picked it up.
Oh. I don't think that means anything. I think we should throw mushrooms out of all rooms just to be sure.
Okay. So throw a red mushroom up and a yellow mushroom to the right and a blue mushroom down.
Okay. Is that what you did before? Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing as before. All right.
That way I can keep track. Otherwise, I won't be able to keep track of these things.
Great. Now what do you do? They all disappeared.
And so did his crossbow that he threw to the left.
Yep.
I'm gonna be straight. These types of puzzles are not my strong suit. So like anyone else that wants to.
I'm gonna walk all the way up to the edge of the right and look and see if I can see a mushroom.
Yeah, you do that, but you really can't see past into the next room, no matter how hard you try. Actually,
Is it because it's dark, or is it because you can't see?
it's
I'm
darker
going
than
to-
expected.
I'm gonna step with one foot into the other room.
You
And-
can't. It's like to get between rooms. It's like there's a few tree lengths. You can't like be in two rooms at once. You have to be in one room or the other.
I'm gonna use my produce flame cantrip.
Okay.
That gives me a 10-foot radius, and I'm going to shine it up the hallway to see if I can see anything about the room.
Okay. Which direction do you do that in?
Up.
Okay. You actually see some mushrooms on the ground. You see 2 red mushrooms laying on the ground.
2 red mushrooms. We've been there before. Okay, and I'm gonna try it over here.
You see 2 yellow mushrooms laying on. Actually, you don't. You see 1 yellow mushroom laying on the ground.
Do I see anything else?
No.
I see no other mushrooms.
No.
A mushroom in the new room.
You can't see far enough to see into the center of the room.
Great. I do it down.
Down, you see 1 blue mushroom.
And left.
Left, you see a crossbow.
Great. So we know it's not up because we've been there before. And did we decide it wasn't left? Did we decide it wasn't another direction?
Left,
We
right?
decided it wasn't left, so it could be right or it could be down. But there was something about right that you were like,
What is that? Is
don't cancel it out, but
That's the gum, right?
I think we should try down.
Steve wants to try it down. What do other people think?
What
Unless
is
somebody else thinks we should try it right.
Like,
In case I look into it. I don't actually know what's going on.
Cookie and Steve, do you have any thoughts on what Steve was saying? Cookie
What's
and
oh, sorry.
It's
You
really
gotta be
interesting to me
serious.
how long this puzzle's taking.
I want the yellow mushroom. Go to the right.
You want to go right?
Yeah.
All right. Whatever.
Only one mushroom there.
There's only one mushroom down, too. And only the crossbow to the left.
You realize that you ate the yellow mushroom you threw before, right?
I do, I know.
Yeah, so again, I think we should go down.
Okay.
Okay, you guys go down. And you
Thank you
pop.
for all of your assistance
You
here.
pop up to the top. You see a blue mushroom laying on the ground in front of you.
Do you see anything else?
Deception roll.
I can just tell you guys, you don't see anything else that looks different. There's no grave. There's no other things lying on the ground.
No footstep?
How about my totem?
Go ahead and do a perception roll.
10.
10? Man, your perception's bad. You don't. It looks like it's glowing the same amount.
I hold it out to everyone else and I say, hey guys, it looks the same.
I'm gonna look and
Yeah, I got a 9.
Steve, do a perception roll. Yeah.
I got an 11.
11. Okay. You know, that's enough. That's not enough for you to notice anything about the frog totem, but you do notice that it looks like you've never been in this room before. There are no footsteps, prints, or anything. Just the blue mushroom laying at your feet.
Awesome.
Okay, so shall we toss some mushroom?
Yeah.
Is Ted still with us?
Yeah, Ted's with you guys.
Okay.
Ted's like, I guess I don't need these anymore. And he grabs one of his arrows and he throws it to the left.
I'm gonna say, well, you'll probably need it when you find your crossbow again.
I actually think my crossbow's gone forever.
Why?
We're gonna do the same.
Yeah,
Red
just
up,
like gold.
yellow right,
Have
blue
another
down.
Okay, so red up.
Yeah, same thing.
Okay, same stuff.
Except for instead of a crossbow, it's an actual bow to the left.
Okay, I take it you look everywhere else?
Yeah, I'm gonna do my light business again.
Okay, so when you look to the left, you see an arrow sitting there. You also see a crossbow sitting there.
Ah!
When you look down, you see 2 blue mushrooms laying there.
Great.
When you look right, you see 2 yellow mushrooms. And when you look up, you see 1 red mushroom.
All right, let's go up.
Yep.
I think Ted should go get his crossbow.
Nope, he should not. That's gone.
I think it's gone. Alright, so you guys go up, and then you peer back at the bottom of a room, and you see a red mushroom laying on the ground.
Alright, I'll eat it.
No! Can
Nope.
I sleight of hand and snatch it from him?
Quickly.
I'm chewing on it.
Oh no! An 8.
You got an 8 anyway. You ate it. You fell
Okay.
asleep immediately.
Okay, I'm literally going to punch him.
Okay, literally punch him. He's asleep, so you get advantage.
Okay, what's the advantage?
Roll again and see
Just
what
roll
the
a strength roll, yeah.
What do we see around this room while he's doing that?
I got an 18.
You got an 18? That's enough to hit him. You hit him with 1d4 damage.
Oh no. A 1.
Okay, you now have 6 HP.
Oh, I didn't.
Why do you only have 9 HP?
I rolled a 1. On the
Okay, what do you guys do? Well, Nick,
I'm
Cookie's
asking
asleep.
about what's around the room.
Do a perception roll.
Okay,
I guess.
okay. From now on, whenever I go into a room, I'm gonna grab a mushroom and throw it in some direction.
No, don't do that. It'll throw off the entire system.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab a mushroom and keep it away from me
Yeah, it's a good idea.
once he wakes up.
Steve, will you do a perception roll and figure out what's going on in this room? Because I really can't see anything. My light is blinding me.
Okay, sure.
Thanks.
I got a perfect 20.
You got a perfect 20?
Yeah.
You notice that you've never been in this room before. There are no footprints.
That's all?
Yeah. You asked after since you got a perfect 20. You notice Theeva's holding the frog totem, and you're like, I think that's glowing a little bit brighter, and it is.
Great. Yeah, I mean, I've just got my frog totem in one hand and my fireball in the other. That's how I am for a while.
Hey, am I dreaming?
Yeah.
What are you
Can
doing?
I try to lucid dream?
You get roll whatever you're gonna roll for that. Yeah, I think it's just a straight up intelligence roll.
Wait, Nick, what are you trying to do?
Trying to communicate with people in my dream. I got perfect 20.
Yeah, perfect 20. You're immediately lucid.
Right.
You were holding what you thought was a bagpipe, but it's once again your rabbit.
Is there anybody in my dream? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna try and talk to my rabbit.
Okay. This is your dream, so you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
was hysterical.
The rabbit opens its eyes and smiles.
Yes, rabbit.
Did you not name your rabbit, Nick?
I named it Rabbit.
Oh my goodness. That was so sad. No
Rabbit,
wonder-
how can I bring you back to life?
He smiles again. Then he points at his eye.
Your eye. You have both your eyes still.
He just points at his eye again.
Alright, well, hold on. I'm bringing you back.
He nibbles on your finger lovingly.
I don't really know. That's
All right,
okay.
what are you guys doing? You're just sitting in this room.
No, we were waiting for you to finish with the lucid dream. I'm gonna throw
Did I
some
wake
mushrooms.
up yet? Did I
Okay.
wake up?
Same thing. Red up, right yellow,
Okay.
blue down.
You're not awake yet. So yeah, you throw them in different places. Great.
What do you mean?
I'm
You
gonna
throw
kill
them all the
myself.
places you did last time.
Yeah,
Okay. Ted throws his arrow too.
great. And now I'm gonna go with my fire to each of the.
Okay. You look.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and tell Theeva to get rid of her fire.
Okay.
Does she do it?
Right now?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that now. I'm gonna look down the pathways and see what's going on.
No, I have a better idea.
What is your idea?
To use my light cantrip.
Yeah, you probably should have used that a while ago. You're right.
I mean, we can both be doing that. It'll save some time. If you want to take 2 ways, I can take 2 ways. That's basically what I'm doing. I'm using my fire cantrip.
Okay, fine.
All right. What do you light up, Isaiah?
I'm gonna light up my body.
Your whole body's lit up.
Wow. That'll be inconspicuous. So which directions do you guys look?
How about I take up and right, Zay, or Steve, and you take down and left?
Okay, sure.
Okay, so
All right.
we're gonna look in those directions.
So Steve looks down, and he notices a bunch of blue mushrooms laying there. Theeva, you look up, and you see a bunch of red mushrooms sitting there. Steve, you look left, and you see a bunch of arrows and a crossbow. And then Theeva, you look right, and you see one yellow mushroom sitting on the ground.
Right it is. Let's go.
Are you gonna take me?
I walk out forgetting about Cooki.
Okay, I'm gonna take him.
I got way too excited about finishing
All right.
this puzzle.
Do a strength check, Isaiah.
Okay, I'm gonna do it as strong as I can. I got a 19.
Wow,
Nice.
nice. So you actually lift him up easily, and you're like, wow, he's so light and small. This is nice. Good news is you guys walk into a room that doesn't look familiar at all.
Yay!
You solved the rooms puzzle.
Woo!
Ah,
It only took you an hour and a half.
am I asleep still?
As you are drug into this room, you actually wake up. And your sneezing has stopped too, although Ted's still sneezing.
Oh, nice.
What you walk into is like this long hallway, kind of like what you saw before. And it goes like 200 feet. And you can't see the whole, it gets very blurry
Blurry?
towards the end. Like you can't really make out what's going on about like more than 50 feet in
Is
front of you.
it dark or is it just?
Not blurry, sorry, dark. It gets dark and it fades. You can't see the end, but you can see it goes at least 200 feet. But you can't really make anything out that far. The trees that are lining this hallway all have the faces that you saw out in the front of the entrance to this forest.
So we assume that we're being watched again?
Well, we have to be careful, is what it means, because didn't he say that faces on the outside were reflecting faces somewhere else, or the actions somewhere else?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
People
We
can
gotta be
see it,
careful.
presumably. Okay, I'm gonna turn out my fire for now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna check out my my frog totem.
I'm gonna pull out my my bagpipes.
Oh jeez.
The frog's definitely brighter.
I'm gonna take a breath in.
It's not really dim. You can totally see it.
I'm gonna make like I'm gonna play the bagpipe.
Okay.
No one's gonna stop me.
No.
I mean, I
Ted's
guess-
like, I love when you play the bagpipes.
Alright, play it.
I'm gonna tell Cookie maybe you shouldn't do that, Cookie, because we're trying to make sure that we get where we need to go without being attacked or anything.
Too late.
No, it's not. 20.
I blow on the bagpipes.
What? How are you not convinced by that?
I need to practice.
My perfect 20 to convince you?
We don't have a Oh, I didn't realize you wrote that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're convinced not to do it.
Oh, phew.
What would have happened?
You'll
Just
never
have
know.
no downtime anymore to play.
Ted's like, maybe not in the middle of this forest, but I think after this we deserve a nice long break where we just get to listen to you practice the bagpipes. That's my
No,
dream.
no.
Steve, will you check out some of these trees over here?
Sure.
See what you think?
I'm gonna check out the trees.
Okay.
Okay, you check out the trees. You don't. It's the same dealio as before when you saw them in the first time.
I guess we should go forward then, huh? Steve, do you want to maybe also turn off your whole body light just in case we need to be discreet?
Okay, I'm gonna change it to my. I'm gonna like tap my shoulder, and then my body's gonna go out.
Should we clap on?
And
Clap off?
I'm gonna use the same cantrip on my finger.
I'm gonna use Longstrider
Okay.
on Steve,
Uh-huh.
so he travels twice as fast.
All right. Steve's really fast now.
Okay. I guess we should go forward. Should we walk forward? Thoughts, everyone?
Sure.
All right, you guys walk forward. Steve's really fast, so he's quicker than you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna try and pull everyone along with me.
Do a strength check. If you don't get a 20, you're gonna fail.
Yeah, 20.
I couldn't do.
You
I
like
got a natural 1.
so.
Oh,
Actually,
really?
what happens is you reach behind you to grab them, but you don't grab anyone, and you actually run forward way faster than you had planned on originally because you were trying to pull everyone.
Okay.
So before you know it, you're like a good 30 feet ahead of everyone. Everyone else is still at the entrance.
Okay.
It's completely in darkness to us because we can't see that far ahead.
Yeah,
I'm
without
gonna-
the light you can't see. But what happens, Isaiah, is you step on a mushroom and it bursts and this gas releases into the air. Roll a constitution check.
Oh no!
You got a 7.
7.
Oh no!
You start coughing. You take 1d4 damage.
1d4.
Oh, that's nothing.
1d4. I got a 3.
You take 3 damage then.
Can you do it?
You want me? I'm not gonna do all your damage for this. This is gonna be too much.
Fine, I'll do it.
I'm already doing next.
I'm doing my damage. Find my damage. Wherever my damage is.
I'm like, hey, Steve, I hear you coughing a lot over there. You okay? Hey, Steve.
What do I'm gonna try and say? I stepped on a mushroom.
Oh no! That means now you're coughing. Should we come help you?
My ears perk up. I hear about the mushroom and I run over.
Okay. Ted joins you. It's like, these mushrooms are great. Nothing bad has happened to me with these mushrooms. Okay.
Am I gonna start sneezing?
No, you're done coughing. The gas is dissipated.
I'm gonna eat the mushroom that he stepped on.
You can't. It's crushed. It's like you can't even really find the pieces. It's like in the brush.
Exploded,
Yeah.
I'm pretty disappointed with that.
And there are other mushrooms around. There's still the red, yellow, and blue mushrooms.
I'm gonna do. Can we see here, or what's the deal?
You can't really see more than 20 feet in front of you now that you've taken out your lights.
I still have my finger.
Oh, you still have your finger?
But
Yeah.
what do we see around us right now?
Do a little perception roll.
10.
10. I mean, it's just like a ground of like a forest. It's like there's like brush that comes up a little bit above your ankles. It looks like it's like pretty mushroom heavy and a little mossy.
What did the mushroom you stepped on look like, Steve?
It was yellow.
That's not, you don't know that. You weren't looking or paying attention. You were just running really fast.
I was running backwards.
You were running backwards. That's even worse.
Yeah, that's
Hey.
because I was trying to pull everyone.
You definitely
There's
don't know
something-
what that mushroom looks like.
There's something I just remembered.
Uh-huh.
There's no pig with us.
The pig's there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was, Isaiah was bringing him with him everywhere.
Yeah,
No, the pig was following me.
Yeah.
You.
Okay, so it sounds like we should try not to step on
So
mushrooms.
you guys left the pig in the first room. Are you gonna go back and get him?
That would be hard.
Fortunately, Isaiah was really good about making sure the pig came with him everywhere. So we should keep going, but try not to step on mushrooms, yeah?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, I'm blaming it on Cookie.
I'm gonna keep walking forward and avoid mushroom stepping.
Okay. So how far are you walking? And is anyone following her?
I'm following her.
Yeah, I'll race her.
I'm following her, but I'm going really, really slow so I don't accidentally step on anything.
Theeva, are you going to
So I'm actually going fast.
Are you going faster than they are?
Well, he's going really slow, but he has the fast spell. Remember?
Are you going faster than them or not?
I'm going just enough to keep up with them.
Okay, so you're right behind them. Cookie's racing Theeva.
I am not racing.
Well, I'm
so you-
gonna ask Cookie for a race, and I'm gonna start running.
Okay. So now you're running, and you're faster.
Well, duh.
And Ted's like, oh, I'm running too. And he's pretty fast. So Cookie's super slow. So what ends up happening is Ted and Steve run up ahead of you guys and trip. The reason you trip is because the ground isn't ground anymore. It's a big, gross swamp. And you both trip and land on your faces.
So I'm probably really far ahead.
And when you fall onto your faces, you feel something crawl onto the back of you.
Ew.
Oh. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up as soon as I feel it.
So you feel what's on the back of you. It's something like feels like kind of mossy and
Like it's soft.
yeah, it feels like it's soft. But it's moving a little bit on you,
Ew.
and then it just like latches onto you,
I don't like it.
and it is going to attack you and Ted.
Okay.
So one attacks you. It doesn't get you. What's your armor class?
12.
12? Yeah, it doesn't get you. And neither does the one on Ted. Now we're gonna do a little roll initiative. Actually, no, we're just gonna go in order. So we're gonna go. The two mosses just went. Steve. Now let's do the pig. Actually, let's do the closest to everyone was Cookie. So Cookie, you're up.
Alright, I don't know how my weapons work.
Maybe this will take long. You don't know how your weapons work.
Yeah, I don't have my character sheet.
Why don't you pull it up on your phone or something?
My phone's about to die.
Oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? Okay, I'll pull up your character sheet. You goob. You have a short bow, and that's all you have listed.
I know.
And I guess you have your bagpipes. Your short bow.
I guess I can't use the short bow because it latched on to our friends. So I'm just gonna blow the bagpipe as hard as I can.
You have some spells too.
No, I used them both.
You don't have any cantrips?
Yeah, I have 2 cantrips, but they're useless.
Oh, okay. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna blow my bagpipes as hard as I can.
You're gonna blow on your bagpipes as hard as you can.
Yeah.
Well, the fungus that the moss has crawled onto them, it has no ears, so it doesn't hear it.
Oh.
Good move. That's the pig's turn. Isaiah, what does the pig do?
Okay, the pig's gonna tackle me. Like, tackle the part where the moss is.
Okay, it's gonna attack both of you then.
No, it's not gonna do it very strong, because it's like, oh, this is gonna be easy. So, D20 first.
Sure.
I got a 3.
Oh.
You got a 3?
Yes, the pig got a 3.
You missed.
You mean the pig missed?
Yeah. Now it's in the swamp too. Next is Theeva.
All right, guys. So this is a fungus on their back.
Yeah, it's like their neck, back of their neck.
What gets rid of fungus? Is bright sunshine good to get rid of fungus, right? Dry things up.
Ointment? What ointment? Fungus ointment.
Yeah, I mean that's true, but I don't think I have any of that. I definitely have an herbalism kit, but I don't think that's got anything to like get rid of the fungus. I'm gonna try to. I'm just gonna hope that this works better than any of the more dangerous things that are gonna be my later attempts. And I'm gonna try to use my cantrip and sunshine the fungus to make it wither away.
Okay. You sunshine. You like shine a light on the fungus, and it's a plant, so it doesn't. It kind of likes it.
Oh yeah, I guess it's different from yeah. Never mind. Sorry, I forgot.
Good move as well. It's Ted's turn.
When's it gonna be my turn?
You're last.
Why?
Oh yeah, you were fast, I guess. So you can go next. Ted will be last.
Okay, so I'm going to use my I don't really know. I'm gonna I'm gonna shocking grasp with my finger the moss.
Okay, go for it.
D20.
Yeah, yeah,
It was a 6.
a 6. Plus your spell casting ability, which I think is intelligence.
That's like 2.
Okay, this fungus is pretty weak, so you zap it, do your damage.
What is that?
I don't know. It says it on your spell.
Let's see, range, touch. I don't have any rusty dust.
You don't worry about it. It does 1d8 lightning damage.
1d8. That's a 6.
The 6? Alright, so the moss like kind of burns and withers away and crumbles into the swamp.
Is he moss?
Yeah, but he sinks a little bit deeper into the moss, or into the swamp, and now it's up to your thighs. It's Ted's turn. What he does is he grabs the moss and tries to rip it off. He's actually unsuccessful. He can't do it. So instead he tries to push himself up out of the swamp. And he's unsuccessful in that too, and he actually sinks a little bit deeper.
Right.
He's like, guys, I'm not used to not being able to do things. It's the moss's turn that's on Ted now, and it attacks him, but it doesn't work. It tries to latch on again, and it just can't. It's like on his chainmail or something. Now it's Cookie's turn.
Alright, I'm gonna try and produce
Nick,
flame.
you're really loud.
I'm going to try and set it on fire.
Okay, now you're good.
On top of Ted?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, what's
Well,
that
Nick,
spell?
why do you like fire so much?
Fire starter.
What's the spell called? Oh, you're just using a fire starter?
Yeah.
Are you gonna like run up to Ted and do it?
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna enter the swamp.
Yes.
Great. Okay, I guess do a like a survival throw to see if you can start the fire, and then do a dexterity roll, and we'll do dexterity saving throws.
What did Zay do in order to get rid of it?
You killed it.
I used my shocking grasp.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. What was the first check?
Survival check.
A perfect 20.
Okay, you just like it just like roars into life. Like this fire is really burning hot.
Nice.
Pretty much immediately. So now do a dexterity attack.
9.
9. Okay, this fungus is gonna do a dexterity saving throw. Does not get it. Ted's also gonna have to do one. He's at a disadvantage. He doesn't get it either. So you end up burning both. I think because it's so hot, do 2d6 damage.
Alright. 1 for each, or?
No, just 2d6. It'll do the same amount of damage to both.
Alright.
Actually, how about since you're aiming for the fungus, do the first d6 will apply to both, and the second will just apply to the fungus.
Alright, well the fungus gets 7, and Ted gets 5.
Great. The fungus burns up, and it's gone. It crumbles to the ground again.
Nice.
Ted's like, ow! I guess I'm happy that you got that off of me, but also, ow! Cookie, you sink a little bit into the swamp.
Oh no, I'm not very tall.
The pig's up. It's also sunk a little bit into the swamp. If you're sunk into the swamp, you can do a little athletics check to try and pick yourself out. So go ahead, pig. Do an athletics check.
Okay, what's that? Athletics? D20?
Strength modifier.
The D20?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna check his strength.
His strength is a +1.
And it stopped rolling at 19, and then it went to 3. 4.
Great.
4.
The pig's struggling, but he can't get out. Theeva, you're up. You're not in the swamp.
How big is the swamp? Can I jump over the swamp?
You can try.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to jump over the swamp.
All right, do an athletics check.
You're gonna jump over the
Yeah, I don't
entire...
want to go in the swamp.
That is weird.
18.
That's sufficient. You like take a running leap and you jump over the swamp. It actually isn't that wide.
Is that everything I get to, or do I get to do
It's
a
only
second?
like 10 feet across, and you're able to jump over it pretty easily. No, that's just movement. So you're able to do another thing if you want.
Who's closest to me right now?
Because I think Steve's a little bit farther ahead
Okay.
because he was running quickly.
Who's deepest in the swamp
The pig.
that I can reach? Can I reach the pig? I want to try to pull somebody out. I'm trying to figure out who's best to pull out, or try to pull out.
Steve's also pretty far into the swamp.
Okay, and Steve is closest to me?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try to pull Steve out of the swamp.
You can't reach anyone with just your hands.
Oh,
You have to think of something else.
I'm gonna use something. Hold on. I'm gonna take my my crossbow and put it out into the swamp and have Steve grab onto it.
Okay, that works.
Steve, grab onto this crossbow.
All right,
Okay, I'm gonna grab onto it.
do a strength check.
16.
All right, she actually slings you out of the swamp. You hear a big like sucking down sound, like, and you pop out of the swamp, and she pulls you back, and you both fall backwards out of the swamp. So Steve, you're safe.
Woo!
Yay!
It's actually your turn.
What it is again?
Yeah.
Let's try to get some more people out of the swamp.
Okay, I'm gonna try and move to Steve Jr. and get him out.
Okay. How are you gonna get him out?
I got a 15
How are you getting him out?
by pulling him.
You can't reach him. He's like where you were, and
Well, can somebody in the swamp grab on to Steve Jr. perhaps, and then you can pull them both out?
you can like Steve. Something you can do is like ready in action. So you can be like after Ted grabs onto.
Sure.
Why don't you say like once Ted grabs onto Steve Jr. and throws you a rope, you'll pull. That's your action.
Okay.
All right, and now it's Ted's turn. On his turn, he grabs the rope out of his bag, ties it around himself, and throws the other end and grabs onto Steve Jr. And now you can try and pull.
Okay.
Do an athletics
Okay.
check.
20. Okay, I'm gonna need to do this. This is a big one, of course. Oh, I almost got 2. It's an 18.
18?
Natural 18.
Nice, plus something, I imagine.
Plus your strength.
Either way, it's fine. You're good enough. So you actually like brace yourself against the ground and just like heave Ted and this pig out of the swamp, and you hear another big sucking down sound. I can't say those 2 words. You hear a big sucking down, like,
Fucking down.
and they plop out, and you're all on the ground next to the swamp.
Except for Cookie.
Oh, Cookie's still in the swamp?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cookie's still in the swamp. Yeah. And then you all go on your merry way.
I'm gonna say help and reach out with my briefcase that someone grabs on.
You can't. Your arms are not very long, and the briefcase is not reachable by anybody.
I'll try and get out.
Okay, do an athletics check.
3.
You actually, while you're trying to get yourself out, it just brings you deeper into the swamp, and now it's like up to your armpits.
No.
Who's next?
Next is the pig.
Okay, now the pig is gonna.
Just chill.
Yeah, the pig is gonna.
Theeva, you're up.
The pig is gonna bump his head against my leg.
Oh.
I'm wondering if I should take the rope from Ted and then try to get him, or if I should just use my crossbow again and then have 2 turns to try to get him out. I'm gonna try to use my crossbow again.
Hey guys, I have 15 minutes.
I hand the crossbow
All
to
right.
Cookie. I say, Cookie, grab on.
Here's the thing.
This is our last battle.
Cookie's only arm. Yeah, it's okay. Cookie, the only arm that's free that Cookie has is holding a briefcase. Or a suitcase.
What about his other arm?
It's in the swamp.
Why?
He didn't hold it out, and it got sucked in.
How did that happen? Cookie?
So it's just Cookie with a suitcase, and that's it. He's gonna have to choose between the suitcase and this rope.
Cookie, what you need to do is
I'm gonna throw the suitcase.
What's that?
I'm gonna throw the suitcase. It's not far
Alright.
away.
Do an athletics check. Yeah, do a dexterity check. That's like a ranged weapon.
I got a 6.
You got a 6? It plops in the swamp a few feet ahead of you.
No!
can
Don't get
I
it. I don't care about myself.
can I reach it?
Yeah, you can reach it.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it out of the swamp.
Okay, that should be pretty easy to do. Yeah, you grab it. She grabs it out of the swamp.
Good God.
But Cookie, you actually think a little bit deeper, and now you hold your breath because your mouth goes under, and it's just your hand poking up.
Do I still have my other move?
No, that's it.
Okay. Steve, you gotta save him.
Steve, you're up.
This computer died.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's okay. He can still decide what he wants to do.
So Isaiah, I have sunk so far that I am holding my breath under the swamp.
So you better act quick and get him out.
You have to try and help me out.
Can I give him my crossbow so he can tap him?
He can take your crossbow.
Here's the dilemma, Steve. He can't. Oh, he can see. He's just holding his breath. Never mind.
Yeah, his eyes are still out, but
Good.
he can't. Yeah, he can't breathe.
Quick, pull him out, Steve.
He's
Steve, what-
getting back into the Skype call. He's rating the quality.
What did you rate it? What did you rate it?
What did you rate it, Isaiah? 5 stars.
5 stars. That's pretty generous. I feel like this has been at most 4-star territory.
Okay, sure.
I'm running out of breath.
Oh, this is still recording. Okay, hi.
Hello.
Hi.
What do you-
Quick,
I'm saying hi to the recording. Oh no.
I'm gonna die.
Are you gonna save Cookie?
Camera is
I'm
very-
gonna die.
I need to get rid of this.
I got your rabbit though, Cookie. I mean, you know.
The important things are still there.
Who's gonna bring him back to life after I die?
Ted's like, I'll do it.
He heard that in his brain. He knew what Cookie was thinking since he can't speak.
There you go. Okay,
Can't do
my
either.
camera's back.
Steve, he's still not breathing.
Steve, how are you gonna get Cookie out the swamp?
I'm gonna put him in a deep sleep.
What?
Oh no!
Like he's just gonna go. No, not like that. He's just gonna fall asleep.
I think maybe we should reevaluate so he can grab onto something, you know?
So Steve casts sleep on Cookie.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Sorry, I ever did that. Okay. Never mind.
Oh God. We have rope and we have a crossbow, and you have whatever it is that you have to try to get him out of the.
I don't have anything.
Well, I'm holding a crossbow and Ted has rope.
Okay, I'm just gonna grab him.
Grab whom?
Cookie.
You can't reach him. You need to.
Oh well, I'm gonna ask for Ted's rope.
Okay, you can just take it. It's tied around him still on one side, but you can throw the other side.
Okay, I'm gonna throw the other side.
All right, do a little dexterity check to make sure you can throw it to the right spot.
It's an 11.
An 11? That's just enough. It's like in the vicinity of Cookie's hand, and he grabs onto it as his head ploops under the.
Oh no.
So that was Steve's action, but it's Ted's turn, and he actually just turns around and starts running. Tied to it. So Ted's gonna do a little. Ted has plenty of strength. So now, Cookie, just do a little strength check to make sure you can hold on.
Yeah, sure, no problem. I got an 11.
All right, nice. You hold on, and with a big heave, you plop out of the swamp, gasping for breath, thankful to be alive. And then you like crawl over to your suitcase on the ground, just hug it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and you guys made it out of the swamp.
Hooray!
You can see in front of you that the path turns to the right, and you're like, oh, cool, more of this. Great. I can't wait to do this next week.
Okay. Okay, should I stop recording?
Sure.